Now broadcasting from his hidden bunker and fully stocked bar, it is the Saturday Report with Colt Sebastian Taylor.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, adventurer, entrepreneur, and amateur, weekend newscaster. Glad to have you back yet again for another Saturday Report here. Remember, my friends, you can find me in all sorts of places online, such as the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, Threads, Facebook's new Twitter-like thing, Counter Social, all at Colt S. Taylor. You can also, my friends, find me on the Cameo at Colt S. Taylor, YouTube, and of course, if you're listening to this right now, you are, of course, subscribe, listening to the show at anchor.fm/Colt S. Taylor as well. But before we get started, I do want to give out a plug to my favorite social media management system here called Social Bee. It is the social media management tool that enables you to post across all of your profiles, such as the TikTok, Google My Business, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. It has Canva, Unsplash, and Giphy integrations. You can put your content in the categories. You can put an RSS feed in there. Customized posts for each of the social media the networks you have. Generate hashtags automatically, which I do. In fact, you can use AI to generate captions or content on there as well. I don't do that. I like to write everything myself. You can recycle posts, posting schedules, track your link's performance, and of course, analyze all of your accounts just from one dashboard. I love them. Check them out for 14 days for free. Socialbee.io. Check them out. I think you'll enjoy them because I do. So, it's my recommendation. All right, my friends, let's get started with this week's Saturday Report. First up this week, some sad and tragic news out of Philadelphia, where journalist Josh Kruger was shot and killed in his home this week. At the time of me recording this, there is a person of interest the police are looking for, but apparently no arrests have been made. He was a 39-year-old journalist known to senators and mayors, was very much in the LGBTQ community, used to be homeless as well, very much a homeless advocate. He was a HIV positive gay man, got through addiction, drug use, got himself cleaned up, and started advocating for these marginalized communities. And his death was shocking. He also used to work for Philly Mayor Jim Kenney, who, quote, was shocked and saddened by Josh Kruger's death. Both U.S. senators offered condolences, with John Fetterman calling the shooting a devastating loss, and Bob Casey describing Kruger as a, quote, dedicated public servant and journalist whose work shined light on conditions affecting many Philadelphia's most vulnerable people. His death was covered in national news as well. Police are looking for this killer. Apparently someone entered his home in Point Breeze late, like I think after midnight, and was shot 7 times. So they think police this could be possibly connected to some sort of domestic dispute. According to Kathleen Jacobson of the Committee to Protect Journalists in Washington, she released a statement saying, quote, "We are deeply disturbed by the killing of freelance journalist Josh Kruger and extend our condolences to his colleagues and loved ones. We call on investigators to thoroughly investigate his killing to determine whether the attack was related to his work." Many other people put out condolences, including State Rep Malcolm Kenyatta, who Kruger had written a profile of. Hugh E. Dillon, which is a social life chronicler at Philly Chit Chat on Twitter, called him a, quote, scrappy, newly sober Kruger 12 years ago when he said, angry about a lot of injustices, humanity, and to himself, who was a genius, kind, loyal, and a friend to many. And I also followed him on Twitter as well, sent him a few comments and whatnot, which he commented back and whatnot, so never met him personally, but was a follower of him on Twitter, as well as Philly Chit Chat as well. Two good guys. Victor Fierro, another journalist I followed, had some very kind words to say about him as well. Very devastating news. It was very, very devastating news. Was a big voice in Philadelphia. He was a freelance journalist, so he wrote mainly for WHYY, Billy Penn, the Philadelphia Citizen, the Philadelphia Inquirer, other outlets. And before that, when he worked for the city, he worked as a spokesperson for the city of Philadelphia's Office of Homeless Services. So I'll be following this story closely. It's a home backyard story, but hopefully they catch this person who is brought to justice. I highly suggest you check out some of his previous work. He was a very, very talented writer. Changing gears, going to science. This week, there was a study published pointing evidence that in New Mexico, footprints found there are the oldest signs of humans in the Americas. Yes, that's right. New research confirmed that human fossil footprints in New Mexico were likely direct evidence of humans in the Americas, which is much earlier than a lot of people seem to think that they were there. Various dating methods have put it between 21 and 23,000 years ago at the White Sands National Park, according to research published this week in the journal Science. The estimated age of the footprints were first reported in 2021, but there were some concerns about the dates. The scientists questioned whether the seeds of aquatic plants used for the original dating may have absorbed ancient carbon from the lake, which, in turn, could throw off the radiocarbon dating by thousands of years. However, they studied two other bits of evidence, and these two entirely different materials found on the site were quartz grains and ancient conifer pollen, and they both came back with the same dates as well. So you had three independent studies of various things, and all three of them came back with the same date range. Now, at one time, and this evidence kind of disputes this, that humans did not first get to North America until about 15,000 years ago, when there was a land bridge between Russia and Alaska. Now, obviously, if there were footprints that were 22-some thousand years ago, obviously, that's different. According to Thomas Urban, an archaeological scientist at Cornell University who was involved in the 2021 story, but not in the new one, said that, quote, "This is a subject that's always been controversial because it's so significant. It's about how we understand the last chapter of peopling of the world." Thomas Stratford, an independent archaeologist, archaeological geologist in Albuquerque, New Mexico, said he was a bit skeptical before, but now he is convinced. Quote, "If three totally different methods converge around a single age range, it's really significant." The study isolated about 75,000 grains of pure pollen from the same sedimentary layer that contained the footprints. Dating the pollen, according to Kathleen Springer, a research geologist at the United States Geological Survey and co-author of the paper, is, quote, "an arduous and nail-biting process." They also looked at ancient quartz grains, also to produce a date as well. So pretty impressive. Ancient footprints of any kind left by humans or big cats or dire wolves can provide archaeologists with a snapshot of movement in time, recording how people or animals walked or limped along, whether they crossed paths. Animal footprints have also been found in White Sands as well. Other archaeological sites in the Americas have also been pointing to similar date ranges, including pendants carved from a giant ground sloth remains in Brazil. Scientists still question whether such materials really indicate human presence. Whether as, like, the giant sloth had been dead for thousands of years, they found the bone, carved the pendant, or they killed the sloth and made a pendant after the fact. So they know the bone is from a drowned sloth, but it's hard to tell whether that bone had been there for thousands and thousands of years or, humans did it. According to Jeff Raff, quote, White Sands is unique because there's no question that these footprints were left by people. It's not ambiguous. So, pretty neat science stuff. Humans may have been here almost 10,000 years earlier than what was originally suspected. So, I suspect more science will be done to confirm it, but it looks pretty confirmed at the moment. Lots of evidence pointing towards a new understanding of when humans arrived. Next, my friends, we go to St. Paul, Minneapolis International Airport, or Minneapolis, St. Paul is what they prefer. Now, as you know, my friends, when you come back from another country, you have to go through Customs and Border Patrol as well. And you have to declare things. If you're bringing stuff back into the country, you have to declare. Now, there's certain various allowances. Like, you don't need to declare every single thing you're coming back with. Like, you can bring back like $800 worth of stuff, and they don't care. More than $800, they kind of want to know. If you're bringing in, $30,000 worth of Greek wine, you're gonna have to fill out a form. And actually, I'll also probably get an import license also. But there are some things you always have to declare when you bring in, like food, meat, live animals, things like that. Well, this week, a woman returning from Kenya declared she was bringing back animal feces. Giraffe poop. Yes, giraffe poop. Because she wanted to make jewelry out of it. Apparently, she makes jewelry out of poop. And she had made moose poop jewelry, and now she was going to make a necklace out of giraffe poop. Well, as you may not be surprised, you can't bring animal poop from other countries into the United States just in your carry-on and whatnot. So she, oh boy, I'm looking at the picture right now. Oof, poop is poop. She had the poop seized, and then it was destroyed by steam sterilization, which is they basically shot it with boiling hot steam to kill any germs, per USDA protocol. According to LaFonda D. Sutton Burke, the border control director of the Chicago field office, quote, there's real danger with bringing fecal matter into the U.S. If this person had entered the U.S. and not declared these items, there's a high possibility a person could have contracted a disease from this jewelry and developed a serious health issue. Yes, that's right. I mean, there are germs in poop. There's germs in poop. And if you bring back poop, you're bringing back those germs with you. They're bringing them with you there, pal. So, this lady, unfortunately, in Iowa will not be able to make giraffe poop jewelry. Maybe she can get some cast molds of it and paint it, whatnot. Can't even think about it. So, anyways, I don't know. I mean, she declared it, so I don't think she got fined for it. Now I guess she learned, what you're visiting Kenya, she learned that, just can't bring back poop back to the U.S. So, U.S. poop jewelry has to be organically and homegrown and collected. No foreign poop jewelry. Boy, we're living in 1984, aren't we, folks? Big Brother is always watching your poop jewelry. My friends, as you may remember from last week, I went to Greece for a week, and one place I visited that was, if you go to the island of Santorini, that you absolutely must visit, is the Greek Wedding. It is a live musical show that I think they have nightly performances. It's like a outdoor dinner theater where you are transported back in time and are the guests at a Greek wedding in Santorini in 1940. And you come in, there's a little bit of a story, there's lots of singing. So traditional Greek music, some various mandolin players, players on there, and they're very, very talented musicians, some Greek dancing, lots of wine, snacks, and at the very end, you get to break plates. You get to break plates like a real Greek wedding. Now, even though you're transported to the 1940s, they do sing some contemporary songs as well. A little tongue-in-cheek there, but it was a very, very delightful show. It was a great show. I danced on plates. I did the robot. Big fan of the robot. So if you go there, dance the robot. Tell them that Colt Sebastian Taylor told you to do that. It's in an outdoor sort of patio, very open air and whatnot, and it's a really, really good time. You're a part of the Papadopoulos family, and your guests at the wedding, they'll come around, they greet you, pretend they haven't seen you in years, complimented my beard, which obviously, is a good thing because I have a fantastic beard. And yeah, it's a great time. You definitely need to get tickets ahead of time. We walked by the place 3 or 4 times while we were in Greece, and they were sold out every time. So you definitely want to get your tickets ahead of time. Get them online. Get there in time. You'll have assigned tables, so you don't worry about jockeying for seats and whatnot. They'll get you to the right seat and whatnot. And snacks were great. The wine was delicious. People were friendly. The music, the dancing, it was all great. So check out thegreekweddingshow.com, especially if you visit the island of Santorini in Greece. They're fantastic. Be sure to check them out. Tell them that Colt Sebastian Taylor sent you. You won't get any sort of discounts or anything. But if you say that and you do the robot, they're like, oh, yeah, they redhead. Yeah, that's pretty good. So anyway, check out The Greek Wedding Show, live musical show. They're fantastic. TheGreekWeddingshow.com. In other musical news, we go back to Taylor Swift. Again, don't listen to her music, but she is just chewing up the headlines, being an amazing person that she is. I feel like that if her and I, if Taylor Swift and Colt Sebastian Taylor ever had like a collaboration, instant gold. But anyways, she is doing a concert film, which is not uncommon for tours to do, to have concert films. What is uncommon is having a concert film while a concert series tour keeps going. But Taylor Swift's concert film is going to be released on October 13th, screened at 6 p.m. at AMC Theaters. And it is going to be shown in 8,500 theaters worldwide, including the U.S. market. And advanced ticket sales for the Taylor Swift Eras Tour concert film has already crossed $100 million. Yes, $1/10 of $1 billion. The concert pick is expected to open to $100 to $125 million in North America. That is mind-boggling. The mega exhibitors AMC Theaters Distribution Division and American and international partners, including Variance Films, Telegrapher Releasing, Cinepolis, Cineplex, have reached an agreement to show the Taylor Swift concert film in around 100 countries. Good God, that's amazing. AMC said that advanced ticket sales were strong across the U.S. market, especially for premium large screen format theaters like IMAX, Dolby Cinema, Prime at AMC, and other premium film venues. In North America, AMC Theaters Distributions has lined up over 4,000 movie theaters. Crazy. It's going to be next week, October 13th, so I guess I will, that's next Friday, so I won't have any numbers in terms of sales, but the following week, I will have some information about how well that did, but pretty crazy stuff. But sources are not surprised by the hefty pre-sale number, as there are many Taylor Swift fans out there, and likely were snagging a ticket early. Tickets were available for the opening weekend and subsequent weekends, and the film will play Thursday to Sunday after the first weekend, and is going to be shown in every AMC location, 6 p.m. October 13th, and also will appear in Cinemark, Regal Cinemas, while Cineplex will screen the Eras Tour in Canada. Cinepolis will do the same in the country of Mexico. Holy moly, lots and lots of money. Taylor Swift now bringing her economic impact to the struggling theater section of the economy. So, will I watch that? No, because again, I don't watch or listen to Taylor Swift's music, but tremendously respect the entrepreneurialness of this young lady, and she's pretty amazing. I wish we were besties. All right, so check it out. Big Taylor Swift fan, you might want to get your tickets right now because they might be sold out by next week. Actually, let me just poke around here. Just the local theater where I am at. Beautiful Berks County, Pennsylvania. The theater I go to, let's see here, there is a 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. showing. 6 p.m. is completely sold out. 9 p.m. showing, there is 4 seats available, and that's it. Wow. Okay, well, if you live in this area, for this 2-hour and 48-minute movie, you may want to poke around elsewhere because it looks like it's pretty much sold out here on Friday. Just out of curiosity, I got to know. What about the following Saturday? Okay, there are 4 showings on Saturday. Noon. There's the front row's open, but nothing else is. 3:30 p.m. Front row open, but hardly anything else is. 7 p.m. 3 seats left, and then a 10:30 p.m. showing. Oh, plenty of seats. So, like, if you want to watch Taylor Swift in Berks County, Friday, you're kind of out of luck. Saturday, if you want to be a Swiftie by yourself, the 10:30 showing is the one for you. Although, at 10:30, you'll be getting out at 1 a.m. Oh, boy. Now, my friends, we go to Wisconsin capital. Now, folks, listen, if you're going to be part of, a society, you have a right to talk to your elected representatives. Contact them, let them know, give them a piece of your mind, okay? Sometimes that means going to the Capitol and asking to meet with them. Now, this isn't the 1840s, the 1880s, where you just knock on the governor's door and demand to talk to him. In fact, even back then, I'm pretty sure they probably wouldn't talk to you. They might just punch you in the face, throw you out on the street. But even today, you can't just show up and want to talk to the governor. You need an appointment. Well, one gentleman thought that he would just show up and talk to the Democrat Governor Tony Evers at the Wisconsin Capitol and refused to leave until he talked to him. Now, not uncommon, but however, he had a handgun on him. And he illegally brought a handgun onto the Wisconsin Capitol and approached the governor's office on the first floor of the Capitol around 2 p.m., who's across the hallway from the Attorney General. Now, it is not illegal to bring a gun onto the Capitol grounds. It is illegal to do it without a permit, which he did not have. You need a valid concealed weapon permit to bring a weapon on the Capitol, and he did, so he was arrested and booked into the Dane County Jail, but then posted bail. Now, folks, this is America. If first you don't succeed, try again. And this person took that to heart because he came back to the Capitol at 9 p.m., mind you, building closes at 6 p.m., and showed up with an assault-style rifle demanding to talk to the governor. And the police said, well, gosh, you brought a bigger gun, come on in. No, just kidding. They arrested him again and was taken into custody. The person was not named at the time, at least in this article. Saw a picture of him. He looks like a Wish.com Leslie Nielsen. And, well, he was taken into custody, and this may not surprise you, but taken to a hospital. Might be something slightly off with that. The governor said, quote, Capitol Police took control of the situation, and so it's over. He declined to comment what security changes may be changed. He said, quote, I never ever talk about my security detail does or what they're planning on doing, but anytime something like this happens, obviously they will reevaluate. Evers was on a hit list of a gunman suspected of fatally shooting retired judge at his home in Wisconsin 2022. And as you may remember, others on that list include Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, and then also the governor of Michigan was also part of a kidnapping plot in 2020, of which those folks got acquitted for. Well, some folks got acquitted for. The other folks, they went to jail. There was enough evidence of them, they went to jail. So, public, the Capitol's still open. There's no metal detectors. Public has free access to the Capitol daily from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., but there's no immediate changes to security going on there. Although I would imagine there'd probably be some people looking a little more carefully if you got rolling up, demanding to talk to people. They'll probably want to, have a chat with you. So, Old Man Withers, whoever the hell you are, I hope maybe try writing a letter. Just saying. Maybe a letter. Oh wait, you know what? I just realized Wish.com Leslie Neeson is actually the Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I don't know my Wisconsin governors as well as I should. Apologies to the governor. Leslie Nielsen was a great comedic actor. So if anything, it's a compliment. Next, my friends, Powerball fever's back in. If you're listening to this on Saturday, there is a 1.4 billion with a B billion dollar jackpot for the Powerball. I got my ticket, so if you don't hear me next week, I've either grown bored with making this podcast as the futility of trying to bring news to the world is crushing my soul, or I won the lottery. So it's $1.4 billion. If you want to take 30 annuity payments, no one does. The cash prize is $614 million. $614 million lump sum cash. Now listen, you gotta pay taxes on gambling winnings. Just the way that goes. Depending on what state you're in, you also have to pay some state taxes as well. So if this is just a little fun thought experiment here, if you won $614 million, you can assume that you would probably be able to keep 60% of that, 40% probably going to taxes. So that will leave you with $368,400,000. Now, the thing to do, my friends, is not just to put that in a bank account, let it sit there. Yeah, invest, get some monthly income and whatnot. So if you just invest that in a normal mutual fund, you could expect to get monthly back, let's just say $1.5-ish million a month, of which, of course, you gotta pay taxes on. So let's just take 60% of that. So with that win, you could get, after taxes, around $950,000 a month. A month. So almost $12 million a year after taxes to spend on whatever you want. So, that sounds pretty good. I can live by that. I think so. Now, here's the thing, though. Lottery winnings, generally speaking, depending on what state you're in, of course, but generally speaking, it's public knowledge. So if you sign a ticket and someone says, hey, who won this? They have to give out the information. So if I do win, I'll tell you what I'll be doing. I'll be first making an anonymous corporation and then having a lawyer cash it in so no one knows who I am whatsoever, so I can just spend my money in peace. What would I do with it? I'm glad you asked. Oh gosh, I think I would probably anonymously fund a bunch of Kickstarter projects like theaters. I would do that. Gosh, Obviously, some quiet college funds for my nieces and nephews as well. Probably pay off my Chevy Bolt, get like a home charger, and just I would just donate to various charities. I think that I would do monthly. Obviously, hire a cook. That'd be nice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I got plenty of plans for $950,000 after taxes a month, money popping into my account. Got plenty of ideas for it. So if you're nice to me, I might get you things and just tell you that I won them and I won them in a contest. You'll probably eventually figure out once I show up in a gold-plated Mini Cooper. But after that. So listen, don't spend thousands of dollars getting tickets. The chances of you winning are astronomically small. Astronomically small. 1 in probably 350 million. But hey, can't win if you don't play. Can't win if you don't play. So played my numbers, my usual numbers. Did some random numbers as well. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Tomorrow. Tonight. You're listening to this on Saturday. Tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern. Ticket sales stop at 10 p.m. So don't wait till last minute. There will probably be a line. And actually, the last time there was a big jackpot like this, they had to delay the drawing for one day because not all the state lotteries were able to get all their information because there was so much interest in this. And I'm willing to bet that there'll be a lot of interest in this jackpot. Now, this is not the biggest Powerball jackpot ever was. It's a big one. Once it crosses over to the billions, that's a big one. That's a big one. But the biggest Powerball jackpot of all time, I think, was $2.4 billion. $2.4 billion. Yeah, $2.4 billion. $2.4 billion Powerball was just last year, November 2022. And that was the one that took place a day later. So that is $2.04 billion. Cash value of almost $1 billion. There is one winner. It's crazy. The second one was $1.6 billion. One winner. The third was $1.586 billion. That was in 2016. The 1.6 was just last month, August. I've talked about it probably. The third largest was the first $1 billion ever, $1.586 billion. That was in 2016. And then the fourth one is $1.5 billion. That's 2018. And this one, 1.4, being drawn tomorrow or today, is the fourth largest Powerball jackpot of all times. Of all times. Crazy, right? Crazy. So, so good luck to me. This would be a much more fancier production if I had a whole lot of money on that, right? I think so. Whew, okay. Anyways, good luck. And if you do win, kick some money my way because I'm the one who told you to get a ticket. My friends, if you like Dungeons and Dragons and you like me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, well then you need to tune into Twitch on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m.-ish, to the Longshots D&D, twitch.tv/the Longshots D&D. It is an online D&D game that we broadcast on Twitch using D&D Beyond's brand new tabletop digital map system, which is a fantastic web-based sort of browser-based thing that did pretty well last Wednesday. And you can see me along with several other people play Dungeons and Dragons online. Lots of shenanigans. We have the DM is from Kentucky. Have another player from Kentucky. Someone who's from Florida, soon to be South Carolina. 2 folks from Canada. And 1 person from New Zealand. Literally an international, around the globe game played every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv. If so international, the New Zealand player actually plays on Thursday in the afternoon. That's how far away and how many time zones that is. So needless to say, when we do daylight savings, that week's a little messed up because not everyone's sure what time it is to be all there at the same time. So, just started campaign 2, wrapped up campaign 1 where I played myself, Colt Sebastian Taylor, fantasy version. A rogue, of course. This time I'm playing Bretlin Loyalfoot, a rabbit samurai. And there are much shenanigans going on. Indeed. In fact, in this season, we may just visit some old characters. And I'm curious to see how terrible things have gotten with fantasy version Colt Sebastian Taylor. Spoiler alert, I feel like it's going to be pretty bad. So anyways, check that out. Wednesdays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Twitch.tv/The Longshots D&D. Links there below. Subscribe, say hello, kick us a free Amazon Prime gift, help support the channel. Would really, really appreciate it. But you know what? I'd just be happy you just swung by and said hello. That'd be just delightful as well. Next, my friends, we're going to go to Paris, France, which is where I will not be going if I win the lottery because they have a bed bug problem in France, making the entire city a bit anxious ahead of the 2024 Summer Olympics. They're kind of infested with bed bugs, apparently. Has been a problem for decades in Paris and France, but now it's really getting up into the media with bed bugs becoming more resistant to insecticides, so much harder to get rid of, apparently. Although authorities are saying there is no resurgence in cases, saying that there are bed bugs on buses and trains. No firm proof of that as of yet. But bed bugs have been a problem in France, and it's a problem kind of global because while they can't fly or anything like that, they do stick to people and can easily get around from city to city, nation to nation, and these insecticide-resistant bed bugs are starting to spread around. They're kind of small. They're about the size of an apple seed, and they bite and like eat your blood a bit. That's how they survive. But they can make you itchy. That's what bed bugs do. They make you itchy. They bite you and they feed off of you. Here's the thing: they can stay alive for a year without meal. That's right. They get a little nip, take a bite from you, drink some of your blood, and then they can just sit around for a year. According to Jean-Michel Berger, an entomologist who raises bed bugs in his lab in the infectious diseases section of the Mediterranean University Hospital in Marseilles, quote, "They can slow their metabolism and just wait for us. The carbon dioxide that all humans give off will reactivate them, and they'll come back to bite you." More than one household in 10 in France were infested with bed bugs from 2017 to 2022. So 10% of all households in France were apparently infested with bed bugs. The agency relied on a poll by Ipsos to query people on a topic that may prefer to avoid discussing it publicly because of the stigma associated with having bed bugs in your house and whatnot. But it doesn't matter like how rich or how poor you are, bed bugs just sort of pop up. Quote, according to the scientist, "It's not a hygiene problem. The only thing that interests bed bugs is your blood. Whether you live in a dump or a palace, it's the same thing to them." With that said, companies built around eradicating bed bugs have a lot of business. They have dogs that are trained to sniff out the odor bed bugs give. So like basically like a drug sniffing dog. A dog will sniff, and when they come across what they think are bed bugs, a technician will zap the area with super hot steam. Apparently heat and cold are enemies of bed bugs. One government official recommended for victims to wrap their clothes in a freezer to kill bed bugs. So steam and freezing, that is what apparently does it apparently. So, but anyways, this is a big concern because so many bed bugs, is that the Olympics are coming. And they don't want bed bugs to be biting athletes. So, and also, some folks are using this as a political issue. Obviously, never let a crisis go to waste, and are using this to attack various French politicians in France. So bed bugs have been around forever. They kind of disappeared in the early part of the 20th century, but made a reappearance in the 1950s in densely populated cities like Paris, France, and other ones, London, after insecticides that were used to wipe them out were banned because, they were causing poisonous problems also too. According to Berger, all human population movements are profitable for bedbugs because they go with us to hotels, transport, etc. And so hopefully France will get their bedbug situation under control. I'm willing to bet there'll be regular bedbug sweeps in the Olympic Village to prevent athletes waking up with itchy bedbug bites. Well, my friends, that just about wraps up this episode of the Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember, check out the Longshots D&D Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And then if you're on the island of Santorini, check out the Greek Wedding Show musical review. It's fantastic. Links to both of these things are in the post, either on Anchor.fm or YouTube, wherever you're listening to this episode. Thank you. Check them out. Give them a few clicks. And, until next week, my friends, where I will probably not be a lottery winner, but you never know. I am, of course, your friend, the one, the only, Colt Sebastian Taylor. And I'll see you later.